Well, folks, it looks like we've got ourselves a real live courtroom drama brewing in the desert. Lori Vallow Daybell, she of the Doomsday Mom moniker and already convicted of killing her own kids, is back for round 2. This time it's Arizona calling with charges of conspiracy to commit murder. You'd think after the last trial she'd want to lay low, maybe find a good lawyer. But nope. Lori's decided to take the reins herself. That's right, she is going pro se, and I want to talk about it. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathy. So everyone, I've been sick for the last 4 days, literally the entire weekend, and Lori popped into my mind today, starting to feel a little better, but not well enough to go on camera. But I wanted to talk about this nonsense that she's brewing with right now. She's going pro se. Now, I've seen a lot. We've all seen a lot in our years covering true crime, but I'm pretty sure we all had to take a double take on this one. That ain't no parking ticket, people. We're talking serious charges here, the kind that could put you away for a long, long time. Well, Lori's already been put away for a long, long time. I don't know what it's all about for her. Maybe it's just a show. I'm kind of leaning toward the show. So, Lori's accused of plotting to kill not one, but 2 people, her ex-husband, Charles Vallow, and her niece's former husband, Brandon Boudreaux. Charles ended up dead, shot by Lori's brother, who claimed self-defense and wound up dead himself eventually, but that's a whole nother story. Brandon, well, let's just say someone tried to make sure he did not see his next birthday. So what's Lori's defense going to be this time? Divine intervention, portals, alien abduction. We'll just have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be one heck of a show. Buckle up, Buttercup, because this ride's just getting started.
All right.
Okay, let's break this down. Pro se representation, for those who didn't spend 3 years in law school, means Lori's decided to be her own lawyer. Yeah, we all heard that right. The woman who thinks she's some kind of a goddess is now going to be playing Perry Mason. Now, I'm all for a good underdog story, but honey, this isn't it. Lori claims she's been studying case law and criminal procedures for years. 5 whole years, she says. 5. Well, a lot of people that are actual lawyers have been studying criminal behavior for decades, and something tells me those study sessions weren't happening in the library. Seriously, don't get me wrong. Everyone has the right to represent themselves in court. It's in the Constitution, but there's a reason why lawyers go to school for this stuff. It's complicated. And let's be real. Most folks wouldn't know a habeas corpus from a subpoena if it jumped up and bit them. And Lori, bless her heart, doesn't exactly scream legal eagle, does she? She's got 2 advisory attorneys, but they're basically just there to make sure she doesn't accidentally confess on the stand. It's like giving a toddler a chainsaw and telling them to go trim the hedges. To put it mildly, a disaster waiting to happen, I think. Now, let's talk about the poor souls who have to take the stand in this circus act, like Kay Woodcock and Colby and Melanie Gibb and Melanice and Zulema and I don't know, whoever else, Brandon, right? So let's talk about them. They have to take the stand in this ridiculous circus act of Lori's. Imagine being a witness, already having to live through the nightmare of Lori's alleged crimes, and then having to face her in court and have her be the one questioning you. And not just face her, right? Questioning, the cross-examined by her. Talk about adding insult to injury. It's ridiculous. Seriously, it's like being asked to give a eulogy at a funeral and then the deceased jumps out of the coffin and starts heckling you. Can you imagine the trauma, the raw emotion These folks are going to need therapy after this, and that's if they're lucky. And Lori's going to go for the jugular. She'll try to twist their words, discredit their story, maybe even shed a few crocodile tears for good measure. It's going to be a masterclass in manipulation, and the witnesses are the ones who will pay the price. And you guys, what about the jury? Those poor souls are going to be front and center for the Lori Vallow Daybell show part 2. Imagine being tasked with deciding someone's fate, and then that someone decides to turn the courtroom into their own personal stage. Will they be swayed by her bizarre behavior? Will they see her as a victim of the system or a cold-blooded killer who's trying to game the system? It's definitely enough to make your head spin. And then there's the whole issue of the jury nullification. That's when a jury decides to acquit a defendant, even if they believe they're guilty, because they disagree with the law or sympathize with the defendant. Could that happen here? With Lori at the helm, literally anything is possible. The trial's going to be a wild ride, everyone. I hope I can get there. I would love to be there front and center for this one. So might as well all stick around, grab some popcorn, and get ready for the show. But don't say I didn't warn you. And I'm sure all of you that have followed this case know exactly what I mean by that. We'll keep following. So much more to talk about. Thanks for tuning in again. I wanted to pop in and say hello and tell you my thoughts. And I hope you are all staying well this winter, because this whatever's going around that I just had is not fun, or have currently is not fun. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. So stay safe and stay well. I miss you all. This is Kathy from Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. Try to subscribe if you're new, please, because if you made it this far, there's something here for you.